Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Caterina, or Cat, and this is Infinite Wellness Within. In today's Pick a Card reading, our topic is Your Intuition is Correct, Listen to It. Once you choose your card, you can find the timestamps in the description box below, which will take you directly to your reading. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is also linked below. Please remember that is the only way to book any of my services with me. So if anyone ever reaches out to you, just know that is not me. All right, your intuition is correct. Listen to it. Can we have a card for group number 1, please? Can we have a card for group number 2, please? Can we have a card for group number 3, please? Group number 1, you have affirmation for growth, and you also have the Apatite crystal. Group number 2, you have gratitude and thanks. You also have the blue tiger's eye. Group number 3, you have change and progress. You also have the Polychrome Jasper. Please take your time choosing your card or cards. It is perfectly fine to choose more than one if you're drawn to more than one. The most important thing is that you listen to your intuition, and I'll see you in your readings. Hello, group number 1. You have the Apatite crystal, and your card is affirmation for growth. So the energy that I'm feeling from this card is that you are wanting to start something, wanting to go in a certain direction, or you have recently started a project or turned in a different direction or something like that. And what Spirit is saying is that this is a great idea, and this is also a good time for you to take action toward that idea. And I'm seeing also that it may take a little bit of time for this idea to come to full fruition, but it is going to happen. So Spirit says just have patience with the process. But I'm feeling from this card that you will really enjoy the process. You know, of course, there may be certain days when you're frustrated with the way certain things are going, but overall, in general, I feel this is something that you are being called to do. You're drawn to this particular thing. And I feel that it may bring you a sense of independence and definitely happiness and fulfillment, things like that. Now, the other thing, I feel that you're very, very protected with this idea, and the idea itself is protected because you have this fence here. So yeah, it's very protected, but I feel that you're also in control of the boundaries of the fence. So if you want your garden, metaphorically speaking, to grow bigger than what you have right here, I'm seeing that you can move this fence back so that your idea is still protected, but you can grow that idea even more than how you see it right now. The other thing that I'm getting from this card is this oracle deck is broken up into the fire, earth, air, and water elements, and this one is earth. So there could be something about the seasons of Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn when either you start something or that's when you really start to see some progress from the seeds that you previously planted or will be planting. So that's just kind of like a side note. That was something that came up as I was looking at this card. So just take that with a little bit of a grain of salt because timing is so tricky. But anyway, that's what I'm seeing with that card. What else can you tell us for group number 1, please? Sorry, I'm trying to get this card out. Okay, so they both want to come out. Okay, so let's see what we have for you. New life teacher guides. I mean, isn't this what we've been talking about? It's number 28. So you can see here, this woman is pregnant, and it's very, very similar to what I was seeing with this card. If you look here, the plant, or the pot here has just a little bit of the plant just starting to come out. So absolutely, I feel that your intuition is calling you to start something new, to take a new direction in your life. And I feel it's going to be so, so fruitful for you. And I definitely feel like this is something that you will not just enjoy in the beginning process, but I feel it's going to continue to bring you what you want, what you need, and just so much. I'm just feeling there's so much abundance coming in for you. Okay, so we have number 6 in caution with guardian angel. So what I'm feeling with this particular card is that it's more of like taking your time, because remember how I was getting with your very first card something about being patient and knowing that this is going to take a little while to come to fruition. And so I feel with the caution card, Spirit is saying, again, you don't want to rush this process and you need to have patience. And I am also picking up something here regarding decisions that you will be making regarding this process. So let me wrap all of this together. I feel what the caution card is saying is that if there comes a time when you're really, really excited about this situation that you have going on over here, and you want to just kind of get there, right? You want to hurry up and rush the process, and you want to see the success happening. Spirit says slow down so that you don't make the wrong decisions. And again, if we look at our topic today, your intuition is correct. Listen to it, especially here, especially when you're making decisions regarding your baby, right? Because I feel that this is your child, your baby. So for some of you, you might be starting a business. Maybe you're moving somewhere and you're starting a whole new life. Whatever it is, it's, metaphorically speaking, you're giving birth to something and you want to take care of that and make sure that you don't make any wrong decisions. So that's all that this is talking about here with the caution, is just when you're making those decisions, don't rush into anything, especially if you're signing a contract or something like that. Just make sure that you're only doing what feels right. What else can you tell us? Ooh, I feel like it's these. Actually, you have 3 cards. They were just like stuck together, and I don't know how to explain it, but I always feel something in my hands when the cards are ready. So let's see what we have here. All right, White Swan, the power of divine grace is within you. Yeah, I feel that you have this grace regarding this particular thing that you want to accomplish. And I feel what that is saying specifically is that your ideas just seem to flow with this particular thing that you are going to be starting or that you already started. And I feel that things start to come together for you just almost effortlessly. Crane. You will soon enter into a beneficial partnership. Luck and longevity bless this union. Yeah. So remember how I just talked about some of you might be signing a contract? I'm pretty sure, didn't I say that here? Sometimes I get so wrapped up in in the energy that I'm getting from Spirit that I forget if I actually said it or not, but I'm pretty sure I did. So just if you are getting into a partnership with anybody regarding this, especially if it's like a business, or if you're going to open, like if you're going to sign a lease on an office or a new place to live, or if you're starting a new place of employment, whatever it is, because beneficial partnership, that can be any of those things plus others that I didn't mention. Just make sure that if something doesn't feel right, listen to your intuition. Your intuition is correct, and your intuition is going to help guide you through this entire process. But, if you look at this card, as long as you listen to your intuition, especially regarding communication with other people, so speaking communication, written communication, body language, anything like that, as long as you listen to that, you're going to be fine. Okay, Pheasant. The time is ripe for creation and connection. Focus your attention in these areas. Yeah, it definitely feels like for some of you, there's something going on where this is connected to other people. And it could be any of the things that I just mentioned. So the important thing to take from this card, though, is that the time is ripe for creation. Okay. We have creation in this card. We have creation in this card. So I definitely feel like Spirit is saying, hey, your intuition is nudging you in the right direction to get something started. This is the right time for you. What else can you tell us for group number 1, please? Group number 1's intuition is correct. What can you tell us about that, please? That might be the longest I've ever shuffled. I always know when your cards are ready, and this was just like, just wasn't ready yet. So I went with it. So this one fell. Okay, so we have the 6 of Pentacles here. Isn't this an interesting card where you have the 2 treasure chests and the money just flowing and someone's so happy? So I feel with this card, you know, obviously there's a couple, well, maybe not obviously to you, but to me, there's a couple things going on here. The first thing that I am seeing here is that something was off balance with where you were before or where you are right now. And that's why your intuition is nudging you in the right direction. And here you will soon enter into a beneficial partnership. The time is ripe for creation and connection. So at this point with this card, what I'm picking up, there's an additional thing that partnership is telling me here. For some of you, partnership isn't what we typically think of a partnership as. I mean, some of you may, but others of you might kind of breeze over this idea. It could be something like kind of like a YouTube channel or any other type of social media where you and I don't necessarily have like a legal partnership, right? But you know, I create videos, you watch the videos, and same thing with any other creator. So in that sense, it's like this metaphorical partnership. Because when I personally do readings, I see metaphorically, I see literal for some people in the general readings, and personal readings also. And so for some of you, it could be something like that also, where there's like this give and receive type of energy going on, but it's not like a legal contract. So that was the first thing I wanted to mention with this 6 of Pentacles. But you will be receiving what you need from starting this here and starting this here, this new life that you want to create for yourself. You will receive everything that you had hoped to receive and probably more, because I don't know if you saw this, but these are all coins down here and in these 2 chests and even behind this person. So there's a lot of abundance that will be coming into your life. So prosperity, emotional happiness, you know, the whole thing there. Yeah. So, oh, what was the other thing? Oh, that's what it was. Going back real quick to something being off balance, and that's why you're wanting to start something new. You don't have to worry about this new venture being off balance the way the other thing was. And again, because there seems to be something about independence here where you're doing your own thing, you're making the rules here, and that is working very, very much in your favor. Okay, see, we have the Ace of Pentacles here. So I would not be surprised if a lot of you are starting something new with career, work, a side hustle, wanting to move to a new location, something like that. But what you're doing with this Ace of Pentacles is setting a very, very firm, solid foundation. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of work, but it's going to be worth it. The 2 of Wands. Yeah, some of you are at a crossroads right now where you need to make a decision Oh, that's the other thing that caution is talking about, because look at this card, the Two of Wands is below the caution card, and it's also connected to the Ace of Pentacles. Do you see right here? This is another reason why you want to have caution and think about this decision very, very carefully, because it looks like you can stay where you are right now, or you could go right or left, up or down, whatever you want to call it, whichever direction you want to go. Now, I feel that caution is needed, especially for those of you who don't know for sure if you should leave your current situation. And Spirit is saying, tap into your intuition, have caution about staying in a place, a situation that is causing stagnancy in your life. So if some of you have a fear of change, or if some of you aren't sure if your idea is going to work out, whatever it may be, slow down, listen to your intuition. Okay, because you have the power of divine grace, which, remember I said that you're just going to kind of gracefully and seamlessly flow into this new life that you're creating for yourself. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so here we have the Six of Cups. Yeah, I feel that where you are right now, or where you previously were in the recent past, it was not feeding your soul. So for some of you, it may have just been sucking the life right out of your soul. But others of you, it may have been okay where you were, but this here is speaking about something about your soul and doing something that resonates with your soul, that gives you a deeper meaning in life, that brings you happiness, where you feel more joyful and less like, oh, I have to get up today, I have to go do this, I'm going to be there for this long, by the time I get home I'm going to be tired because I sat in traffic, and just that daily grind. I feel that it's not for your highest good to be in that, or whatever that means in your particular situation. Something was just becoming repetitive and a grind, and it just wasn't working for you. So moving into this new thing, it's going to be so much lighter for you. Like, you can breathe so much easier. Okay, this is the third card showing that there is this new beginning being born here, because this little baby sprout here is very, very similar to the pregnant woman here and the pregnant woman here. So yeah, I feel this is already in development. So some of you are already making plans regarding this, and some of you, it's just in your mind, and it's becoming, if it's still just in your mind, I feel that it's becoming louder and louder and louder, something that is really calling out to you. And look at the fireworks. Look at how exciting this is. You have the 9 cups here. The 9 of cups is a dream come true, a wish come true, massive, massive celebration. And this is also something that you have created on your own, something that is going to bring you a lot of success and happiness. And I also feel that there is something about connection and partnership. So it could be outside of what you're doing. It could be that you're coming up with this whole plan on your own and you're doing it all on your own, but somehow it's going to bring new people into your life. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so we have the Hierophant here. Listen to your intuition. I feel that you are being divinely guided. I also feel, for some of you, remember I was talking about a contract. You see how they're shaking hands right here? So definitely some of you will be signing a contract. You will be going into business with someone else, or you will be hiring people, or you will be moving to a new company that you're going to work for. Whatever it is, it's going to work out in your favor. And then others of you, this card is speaking to the fact that it was not working out for you, being in like an employee-employer relationship, or maybe you were in a business where it was yourself and another partner and it just wasn't working. And so you want to branch out on your own. That is also possible here. And in that case, when we're talking about connection and partnership, that could point to the Nine of Cups, where I'm seeing that you could just be meeting new people, new friends, things like that. Yeah, I mean, look at this. You have the Devil card. So this is what I was speaking to. I spoke about it a little bit with the Hierophant, and was it I think that was the Six of Cups also. I feel that this is how a lot of you felt. You felt trapped, you felt stuck, you felt like it was that daily grind that just wasn't working for you. Remember when I was talking about it sucking the life out of your soul? That's exactly what I'm seeing here. And so whatever it is that you're doing, because this could be a place where you were living and you did not like living there. This could be a job. This could be, you know, you're not making enough money doing what you're doing and you want to have more control of your money and make your own money. You're breaking out of this. Especially with, you know, we have the Six of Pentacles up here with all of this financial abundance, and then we have new life here. So if you look at this row, this is what you're breaking out of. This is what you're hoping for. And that's also what you're going to be creating. Yeah, so look at this Queen of Swords. Do you see how the Queen is doing her own thing? And I feel if you see the sword right here, I feel like the Queen took a stand. The Queen said, no more of this. I'm breaking out of this and I'm doing my own thing here. And, you know, it's interesting that the Queen of Swords is in a garden, and so is your very first card here. So you're tending to something. You're doing something that is, like, I see it soothing your soul. It's very, very peaceful. I mean, look, it's the opposite of where you started. Do you see the opposite? I mean, just look at the colors alone. And you're definitely leaving something behind. I feel there's a lot of renewal here with this Queen of Swords. You're speaking your truth. You're walking in your truth. You are living your truth. And I feel like it's kind of like you're taking a stand and you're saying, no more. I'm not doing this anymore. I am going to be the one who says how my life is going to go. So yeah, you're definitely breaking out of some sort of control. And some of you just may have been in a situation that was just micromanaged or something, and it was just giving you like the ick, for lack of a better term. And now you are the one who's in control, who's in charge. And if you go from being an employee to an employer, I feel that you will be a very, very good employer for other people, because you will not be micromanaging and trying to control every single move that your employees do. I also feel like you have more of like a mentor nurturing energy, if that's something that you're going to get into. Okay, so here we have the Knight of Swords. This is a very interesting card. I feel that, see how we have the Knight of Swords here, and then we have the Queen of Swords here. And I feel like you are this person sitting down here where you were not in control, because let me set these down so you can see these three cards together. So this is the dream that you want, okay? Because it's connected to the Ace of Pentacles. So this is absolutely connected to your new beginning, where you are saying what happens, you are in control. And remember how I talked about that nurturing spirit that I'm feeling from you? Look at what is surrounding that card. Control, someone yelling at you. So this could be that micromanaging boss that I just mentioned. Whatever it is, this situation was in your life because you needed to see the light with this candle here. You needed to wake up to the fact that this is not where you should be. This energy, you don't deserve this energy in your life. This needs, like, I just want to throw this card off the table because I feel that's how you feel about a situation in your life. But what I see you doing here, remember how I pointed out the sword right here on the Queen of Swords? That's what you're doing in this card. You are taking this sword and you're putting it in the table and you're saying, that's it, no more. And you're walking away from something. You see how you're walking away from something, you're making that decision right here that I talked about with the Two of Wands. Very, very interesting. Yeah, the Tower card. It's just, it was meant to be this way because it was not meant for you. For some of you, it was incredibly toxic. For others of you, you just weren't meant to be there anymore. Maybe it wasn't really bad, but what Spirit is saying here is that it's come to a critical point in time because it's time for you to move on. And some of you already did move on. If you haven't moved on, you can just see how this applies to your situation. What Spirit is saying is that you have a decision to make. You can stay where you are. However, your time is limited in this particular situation because the universe does not want you there. Your higher powers don't want you there. You don't want yourself there. So that's why Spirit is saying, listen to your intuition. Your intuition is trying to guide you. It will be much easier if you start figuring out a way out of this situation, this uncomfortable situation. That will be easier than if you let things fall apart around you and then you're kind of removed from the situation, because that's going to be a little bit more uncomfortable. So Spirit says, remember how safe you are though. You're safe. Your idea is safe because you're in this fence here. So just keep that in mind. The Eight of Swords. Yeah. You have the Tower card and the Eight of Swords next to each other. So this Eight of Swords is you feeling like you're trapped. You have two cards showing that. Remember your Devil card here. So it's a very, very uncomfortable situation, and it's going to continue to become increasingly more uncomfortable the longer that you stay in that situation. But this is happening to help you step out of that situation and create something that's giving you more independence. Just look at this card next to this card, just like we did with the Queen of Swords and the Devil card. Do you see how it's night and day? So these storms, this anxiety, frustration, anger, whatever it is that you have regarding the situation, that's coming to an end for you. Look at how you have the Eight of Swords here and you have the Nine of Cups here. Completely different energies. Oh my gosh, these cards. Okay, so let's see. And you see how it was difficult to pull the cards up? I feel that's representative of your energy. For some of you, feeling kind of caught in between, do I stay or do I go? Well, remember this Tower card and this Eight of Swords. You're meant to step away from something that's not working. And look at that. Look at your last card. Look at what is after these two cards here, how energetically different this Ace of Wands is. So this is you feeling light, feeling free. And again, it looks like you're in a garden here. Very, very similar to this card in the Queen of Swords. I love this so much for you. So what's happening here, you're getting your energy back. You're getting your spark back. Anything that, like your soul crumbling within you before, you're revived and you're energized. Whatever this is, this idea that you have, it's an amazing idea. I feel it's something that you have this talent or skill for, or an eye for something, just this spark of energy, and it's going to be lucrative. You have the Ace of Pentacles here and the Six of Pentacles here with all the coins, and it's going to bring you so much happiness. So that is what I'm seeing. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, group number 2. You have the blue tiger's eye, and your card is gratitude and thanks. So what I'm feeling here is that your intuition is correct about moving into something, stepping into something new, and letting go of something that you feel would have held you back. So with this card, I feel like this is how you feel when you think about your or when you listen to your intuition and you think about this idea, this step that you want to take towards something, and this is going to be the result. So first of all, look at all of the amazing butterflies swirling around you and swirling around this idea that you have. So there's huge, huge, huge transformation that will be coming in for you. I feel that you will be creating the life that you want, I feel that there's a sense of independence that's going to be coming in for you. There's a lot of growth there. It's just feeling so happy, so blessed, so grateful. And I feel that where you are right now, or where you previously were, you know, in the recent past, I feel that it was, it's not necessarily that you didn't like it. Some of you just flat out didn't like it, but I feel for a lot of you, it wasn't necessarily a negative place to be, but it feels like you were constricted somehow. You were stuck in a box, and you're meant to, you know, float where you want to go and create what you want to create and have the sense of freedom and this life that you want for yourself. And so I feel that's exactly what you will get if you listen to your intuition and move forward with whatever this is here. What else can you tell us for group number 2, please? Group number 2's intuition is correct. This card is calling my attention. Okay, what else do you want to say to group number 2, please? So we have number 12, pause, higher self. Yeah, this makes so much sense because I feel that when you were in that situation, some of you are still there, I feel like you came to a realization that this isn't working. And you were trying to figure out, what is it that I need in my life, or what is it that I want to create in my life that will make me happy? Especially with this star being, you know, where the heart chakra is, because you felt restricted. You felt like you couldn't grow where you were before. And then look at this card, all the growth here and the transformation. So yeah, if you're not already taking steps toward this, you're on the brink of a massive transformation. And I feel it's just going to be so amazing, and your life is just going to go from feeling stagnant to blossoming. So we have number 1, prayer, guardian angel. Again, look at how we're by the heart chakra here, and also the throat chakra. So I feel like you are going to be speaking into your world, this new beginning, especially with number 1 here. You're going to be creating the life that you deserve, the life that you've always wanted. Yeah, I mean, look at this. There's like a downtime here. There's like, I'm seeing like meditation, visualization, manifesting, coming up with a plan. And I'm seeing also that this is a very deliberate plan, a very like thought out plan. But it's also a little bit of taking a leap of faith. But everything is going to come together for you so magically. What else can you tell us for group number 2, please? Group number 2. Oh, thank you. And this one. All right. So we have woodpecker. Use your discernment and fortitude to achieve your goals and find a new rhythm. Isn't that what we've been talking about? You need a new rhythm because the rhythm that you've been in, it's not working. It's just not working for you. And that's okay. You know, it's okay. Life is about change and growth, and that's exactly what you have coming in for you. Okay, so we have Oriole. A new creative venture is on the horizon. See it as a positive change. Exactly what I've been talking about. A new creative venture is on the horizon. Yeah, I definitely get a sense of creativity with this card here. And creativity doesn't have to be like literally doing something creative. It could just be that you're creating the life that you deserve. What else can you tell us for group number 2, please? The 9 of Wands. Yeah, so with the 9 of Wands, what I'm feeling is that you're a little, or you are or were a little bit worn out by something. Something really tested your resolve. Something tested your fortitude. And I feel that you had to kind of put up this wall regarding where you were, because if you would have stayed there any longer, or if you stay there much longer than you already have, it just feels like it would become more and more draining every single day that you're there. But that's happening to get your attention. See, I feel like this happened so that you would pause and say, okay, what's going on here? Something's not right. What do I need to do to change this? And what Spirit is also saying here is to keep going, keep listening to your intuition regarding this new thing over here that's going to bring you so much happiness and abundance. Yeah. So here you have the Chariot. And it's just like I said, keep moving forward with this idea, because it's going to gain strength. The more and more you focus on this, the more you put energy into this particular thing, put creativity into this particular thing, the more it's going to grow, and the further it's going to get you closer and closer to this right here. So I feel for some of you that, well, probably for the majority of you, whatever you're going to start doing, I feel like it's hard work. It's not like you're just going to come up with this idea and the next day everything is worked out for you. It's going to be hard work, but it's going to be a good hard work where you're actually, even if you're putting in more time and effort into this than you were with your previous situation. So let's say, just for example, with the previous situation, you were putting in 4 hours a day. And with this situation, you're putting in 8 hours a day. You will be less tired after 8 hours of this than you were with 4 hours of the other thing. So that's what I mean by a lot of hard work, but it's going to be worth it. And I feel like it's not really work in the sense, obviously some days it will be work, but for the most part, I feel you're really going to enjoy what you're doing. This is a very interesting Wheel of Fortune card. So first of all, there's a lot of good luck coming in regarding this new beginning that you're stepping into, but also you have rats up here on the wheel, which is making me think of the rat race and you being on that hamster wheel, you doing things every single day and you're not getting much for that. And in fact, it's taking away from you because it's so draining. And also, this is kind of a visual of what I was saying earlier, just a minute ago, of you're still going to be doing hard work, but you're going to enjoy it. So you're not doing the same thing and, like you're actually receiving something from this new beginning that you're going to be starting here. It just feels so much more relaxed where you're going. It's so much more relaxed. All right, so here's the 8 of Cups. Yeah, so you're walking away from something. Now, what is so interesting to me about this particular 8 of Cups, usually the 8 of Cups are behind the person, but in this 8 of Cups, I feel that you're running toward the cups and you're running toward something that is going to fill your cups, because I feel that where you were or currently are, your cups weren't even there anymore. They just weren't there. And again, it's not that that situation was bad. It's just that it was just not fulfilling and it was draining. So look at this moon here. That's your intuition. That is your intuition talking about transformation, change, moving on from something, following your dreams, taking a leap of faith, throwing caution to the wind a little bit regarding letting go of something and pursuing your heart. So definitely, definitely, definitely listen to your heart, listen to your intuition, and follow your inner compass. All right, so here we have the 2 of Cups. Yeah, so isn't this interesting that the 8 of Cups, you're walking away from something that's not working, and then with the 2 of Cups, you're coming into something that is very, very beneficial for you, something that is reciprocal. something that is creating a huge transformation in multiple areas in your life. I feel also that you're divinely guided. Look at this angel up here. Spirit also says that you're going to get your strength back. If any of you have been feeling very, very tired, very drained, especially because you have the Nine of Wands here. So you're going to be going from a place of feeling very, very tired, because I feel a lot of you could be getting 8 hours of sleep a day and you're just exhausted. You're so tired and you just feel like you can't do this anymore regarding the previous situation, and you're revived. It's like a weight is lifted off of your shoulders. And then this divine inspiration, I feel it speaks to you, it speaks through you. And I just feel like everything you touch kind of turns to gold. It's pretty amazing. All right, so here, this is the Knight of Cups. Yes. And, ooh, this is so fascinating to me. Look at this. I love how everything is coming together for you with these cards. Do you see how you're looking back at something? You're like, ah, bye. Just like with this Eight of Cups, you're leaving something behind. You have zero regrets about leaving something behind. I feel that when you leave something behind and you take steps toward this right here, you have more clarity about your movement forward than you've had about anything else in your life. The feeling I'm getting is you can feel it in your bones, you can feel it in your soul that you should be moving forward with this particular thing. And what's interesting is down here, you have this bridge. So this bridge going over the water. And you are not leaving anything behind. Like there was nothing left for you over here where you're looking back at. And this is your new beginning here. It's just so amazing. I'm so excited for you. Yeah, and this also, didn't I say that with the Two of Cups too? What did I say? Follow your heart and your soul or something, like whatever I said. I'm feeling that again here with the Knight of Cups. Yep, so here you have the Ace of Pentacles. So remember how with the Nine of Wands, I was saying that you feel tired, you feel like you can't keep going on anymore. Look at how relaxed you are here thinking about this new beginning. And what's interesting about this row here, you have pause. So you're taking a pause out from this situation that's draining the life out of you, and you're thinking about, okay, I can't keep doing this, what can I do? And then you come down the line here, and that's when you have the Ace of Pentacles. And it looks like this panda bear here is thinking about this pentacle, especially because look at the pentacle. This panda has its hand up to its mouth, like thinking about something, saying, huh, maybe that's what I should be doing. And it's like you're feeling so much lighter, so much freer. And it's interesting because here you have this building back here. And I feel like that's what you're dreaming of. And then here with the Knight of Cups, that's exactly what you're going toward. So I hope this is resonating, because to me, the way I'm seeing it and the way I'm feeling your energy with the before of this card, it's just very, very exciting. Okay, so you have the Seven of Swords. Yeah, this is speaking to where you currently are or where you were, that kind of draining energy. And it's showing that some of you thought it was going to be something different. Some of you may have been lied to about your situation. Some of you may have just woken up one day and felt like, I don't want to be here anymore. It feels like you weren't receiving what you were putting into the situation, no matter what the particular situation is. And it was becoming not only a draining of your energy, but it was bordering on a waste of your time. So let's say, for instance, that this is a job that we're talking about. So it wouldn't necessarily be a complete waste of your time, because if you were receiving a paycheck, But in that scenario, I feel like you were worth more or are worth more than your paycheck. So you may not have been recognized for the hard work that you were putting into something. Therefore, it's taking time away from this over here that you could be doing. So in that sense, it can become a waste of time for you. Yeah. So, and some of you, maybe you're in like a sales environment and you're just not getting any sales. And so then it is literally a waste of time. So, you know, different scenarios for different people watching this, but yeah, you're moving away from this. Look at how you have the Chariot up here. So you're leaving this behind. All right. Yeah. And what you're moving toward is the Ten of Pentacles. And I laughed just a little bit because this panda here is covering its eyes like, oh no, I don't know what's going to happen. And so I feel this is your energy a little bit, kind of like your ego saying, oh no, what if you're not successful? And maybe that's a little bit of the energy of the Seven of Pentacles also. You might be having a little bit of imposter syndrome, thinking, oh no, can I really pull this off? And it's kind of like taking a leap of faith and then you want to cover your eyes because you don't want to see yourself fail. But then when you uncover your eyes, you realize that you're the Ten of Pentacles. You're very, very successful. You built something very, very successful, something very lucrative if this has to do with a money-making opportunity. And there's a sense of loyalty that I'm feeling here also regarding whatever the situation is with this over here. And when I say loyalty, there wasn't necessarily loyalty with the Seven of Swords. Something is very, very off about that situation. It could just be that you're meant to grow and move away from that. And there's a lot of growth here. And you can take this growth as far as you want to take it. Now, the other thing I'm feeling with this panda covering its eyes here is a little bit of what you are doing here with pause and higher self, where you took a time out and you said, okay, I don't like where I am. When I tap into my intuition, when I tap into my soul, where do I see myself? And this is where you see yourself. And this is exactly where you're going to end up. So you have 10 and 10 here. Yeah, that's very interesting to me. Oh, you know what else I wanted to say? Let's back up for 1 second. Regarding this card here, so in this particular deck, your very first oracle card, the deck is broken up into the elements, so fire, earth, air, and water. And this particular one is air. And so that's telling me that this idea that you have is going to take you into the Ten of Pentacles. So if this is an idea for, you know, I think I just said this, for a money-making opportunity, you're going to be very, very lucrative. Okay. So now you have, yeah, this makes so much sense. You have the Six of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing here is that where you were, it was off balance and you weren't receiving what you deserved in that situation. It also feels like there was something about it where you weren't the one in control. You almost had to like beg for something, beg for recognition, beg for a raise, if it had something to do with work. And if there was another situation that you were in, it's like, I feel you were walking on eggshells and it just was not where you needed to be. So what you're stepping into, because this is below the Eight of Cups. So you're leaving this energy, and what you're stepping into is this balance. Because if you see the scales of the scales right here, that's what you're going into, is more balance, especially because the Eight of Cups, you have the Two of Cups and the Six of Pentacles right here. These are both about balance. Oh my gosh, this is another card about balance. So you have the Two of Pentacles here. That is amazing. And I want to point out, before I get into the Two of Pentacles, so your Eight of Cups is here, and touching that card, you have the Wheel of Fortune, the Ten of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles. So leaving that situation, if you don't look at anything else in this reading, look at this right here, because that is definitely showing you that to leave something is the best choice for you right now. Okay, so with the Two of Pentacles, some of you may be doing both things at the same time. Some of you may be in this situation here, which is the Nine of Wands. It's coming to an end. Your struggle is coming to an end, but some of you need to step into this card over here while you are still doing this here. So let me give you an example in case you don't know what I'm talking about. If you have a job right now, and you're not being recognized, or you're not, being compensated financially the way that you should be, you may need to start on this over here while you are still in that job. And I feel like it's not going to be an extended period of time that you're doing both, but some of you may need to do both. Some of you can just take a leap of faith, quit your job and start this, and everything's gonna just work out perfectly for you. Others of you might not be in a financial situation to quit your job. And some of you are not in a situation like this, so you can just think of it metaphorically. But those of you that need to do both, you're going to be able to handle both. And I feel it's not that long while you're doing both. But yeah, everything's going to balance out for you. And it is a process, especially because you have a lot of pentacles here. So it's a little bit of a slower moving process for you, but it is going to happen. You are going to be successful. Spirit says just hang in there, because this is an amazing, amazing idea. And this is the result. Remember that from the very beginning. Okay, so we have the Four of Pentacles. Yeah. So what's interesting about this Four of Pentacles is how happy this panda looks. This panda actually has a crown on its head, and look at the royal gown it's wearing. And not just that, but there's a coin, a pentacle above the crown on this panda's head. You have an amazing idea. If you notice in the Ace of Pentacles also, the pentacle is above this person's, or the panda's head, or above the crown chakra. And then remember, your first card is an air card. So you have this amazing idea regarding the pentacles. So regarding this new beginning. You're going to be very, very successful. You're going to be very, very grounded in this situation, meaning that it's going to offer you stability, emotional stability, financial stability. I'm also feeling like there's a sense of recognition. I saw fame in my mind. So some of you may be going viral or becoming famous for something that you're going to invent or create or do. Yeah, and you're just comfortable, you're in your element, and you're doing your thing, and you love it. You never want to leave where you are. And I'm also feeling such a sense of gratitude for where you are. I am also getting a sense of gratitude for where you were as well, because that was the push that you needed to step into this new life. So that is what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it helped you. If you did like it, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, group number 3. You have the Polychrome Jasper, and your card is Change and Progress. Okay. I feel that something may have happened to put you on this path. Something like things may have fallen apart and you had to pick up your belongings and go somewhere else. So that could be something to do with a job. That could be a relationship falling apart, friendship, family relationship falling apart. It could be you need to move somewhere, especially since this person's on a raft here. Now, I say all that because if you look at the sail here, it's a bit tethered. There's holes in it. It looks like it's, falling apart on the side here. And also because this seems to be kind of like a makeshift raft. And I just get the feeling like you may have been unprepared for this change. Now, the other side of this is when I look at this person's face, this person looks excited. This person is looking forward to what is coming up in the future. And when you look down here at the water, there's stars and it's sparkling. And this is like right where the land starts. So where you're going into, there's hope, there's new life, there's something exciting that's going to be happening there. So there's a positive change that's on the horizon for you. I feel you're being guided, you're being directed. And that's why your intuition is so, so, so incredibly important right now. Because if something fell apart in your life recently or is currently falling apart in your life, that is happening to redirect you. And where you're going is going to offer you a lot of energy of progress. So if you've wanted to accomplish something, or if you've just wanted to feel at peace with something, that's going to be happening for you with this new change. And some of you, maybe you didn't have something fall apart necessarily, but you just felt like you needed a change in your life. And so you just kind of took a bit of a leap of faith. Then, same thing for you that I just said. You're about to step into something where there's a lot of growth and opportunity. What else can you tell us for group number 3? And this card wants to come out. Invention and Helper Guides number 17. What's so interesting about this card is that it's the raft here. Because remember how I was saying I feel like this is created, like we're not seeing a boat taking you somewhere. You created this. And number 17 also corresponds to the star card in the tarot deck. So I feel like you are inventing your future. You are inventing this new path for yourself. And I feel that some of you didn't necessarily have quite a choice in this situation. Some of you may be in a situation where this was your only option, but it's helping to guide you into creating something in your life that you have always desired, or you will figure out once you're there, wow, why didn't I do this before? Because this is exactly where I'm supposed to be. All right, so we have number 55 in ease. It's really interesting because, first of all, actually, you have all the stars on this card. You actually have them on this card too. But remember I pointed that out on your very, very first card, is you go from the water to the land. This new beginning has so many blessings for you. And I feel that when you start this journey, you may be feeling a little uneasy. But remember I pointed out the face on this person looks very excited and happy. I feel that with ease, you ease into this new situation so well. And I feel that everything just starts flowing very, very well for you. Also, it's number 55. So I feel that difficulties are coming to an end and things are coming together for you with ease. And also in this Oracle deck for your very first card, this deck is broken out into the elements, so fire, earth, air, and water. This is the water element, and so I feel like you're cleansing away something that wasn't working in your life. I also feel like you may have started up here on this raft, and the water took you down here unexpectedly. And it was a little bit scary because you're like, oh my gosh, it's a waterfall and I can't stop it. Like I'm getting closer and closer to the edge and I can't stop it. So it seems very scary. So for some of you, that could be if you had like a tower moment where everything kind of came crashing down around you, and others of you took a leap of faith and it was scary in that sense. But where it's taking you is going to be amazing. And so I do feel like a lot of you, if you're tapping into your intuition, you know that there's a reason for this, and Spirit says there is. So keep listening to your intuition because it's going to help guide you. What else can you tell us for group number 3, please? Okay. What else, please? Okay. Woodpecker, use your discernment and fortitude to achieve your goals and find a new rhythm. Isn't that interesting? Use your discernment and fortitude to achieve your goals. Well, I think it took discernment and fortitude to create this raft. I mean, you had to be pretty creative to come up with this sail here because it looks like it's, you know, very, very tethered. So yeah, I see that you are using your fortitude, your discernment also in picking yourself up from an unexpected situation or removing yourself from a situation that's not working for you and figuring out how to get from that point to this point where you're about to step into something really, really amazing. So yeah, this is definitely, I feel this card is very much speaking to our title today, which is Your Intuition is Correct. Listen to it. All right, White Eagle, the connection to divine guidance is within you. I mean, isn't that amazing? Because I think I've been saying that you've been guided away from something into this new beginning. And you're finding that new rhythm, that new beginning. So this divine guidance, that is your intuition. Absolutely. What else can you tell us for group number 3, please? Group number 3's intuition is correct. What can you tell us about that? The Seven of Swords, yeah, this makes so much sense because I feel like where you were, there was a lot of, I feel chaos. I feel miscommunication. I feel that you needed to protect yourself somehow from where you were. It's, you know, it's just, it feels like things were too difficult. Trying to get anything done was very, very difficult. I also feel like you may have been battling your own mind regarding do I stay or do I go? And that's why some of you had a Tower card moment where the universe said, no, you're going to go because you didn't make the decision on your own. So we're just going to remove you from this situation because it is not to your highest good. But yeah, this really, the Seven of Swords really speaks to the struggle that is connected to the ease card. So this is what you're leaving behind in order to go and step into a situation that is much, much easier than this right here. And I feel like there is something else. Oh, you know what it is? Yeah, I kind of spoke to this a second ago, but you may have been battling your own thoughts about do I stay or do I go? And some of you made that decision to leave because if you see this person has their hand up and is like saying no more, like I need to step away from this situation. And then whatever the environment was, I feel like the environment was just like, okay, well, we'll just find somebody else to annoy. We'll find somebody else to pick on or someone else to cause chaos in their life. So yeah, you're not leaving anything behind of value. The Two of Cups, yeah. So what you're stepping into is something that is quite the opposite. Do you see how peaceful this card is? And how not peaceful this card is? And so I feel some of you with this Two of Cups, you kind of said a prayer, you meditated, you manifested, you asked the universe for a sign. And I feel the moon here is representative of downloads, you know, from the universe, your intuition coming in, and you receiving that information and you moving forward with that information. And where you're going is so much, it's reciprocal. I feel it's feeding your energy, it's feeding your heart. And things just become so much easier for you. It's so positive where you're going. So you have the Two of Wands. Yeah, this is that decision that you had to make. Am I going to stay or am I going to go? And some of you are making this decision on your own. Others of you took too long and the universe just plucked you right out of there because it wasn't where you were supposed to be. But I feel that you start off like this with a little bit of hesitation. You start off with some interest, some sense of wonder, like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen if I move into this new scenario, into this new situation. So yeah, at first I feel there's a little bit of hesitation, but I feel that the further away you get from this energy here, the more you feel blessed, the more you feel relaxed and focused on your future. The King of Staves, which is the King of Wands. Yeah, so you really have the ability to identify problems and pinpoint what is going on, like what is not working for you, what you need to do to make things happen. And I'm seeing that where you were, something may have changed within the situation. So in the beginning of the situation, it may have been working out for you quite well. You may have felt like you were feeling like you received a great opportunity, or you were in a situation that was offering something to you, something like that, where it was like beneficial on some level. But I feel that something changed within that situation, and then it just kind of died. And so, yeah, it's just time to move on. It's absolutely time to move on. That situation has nothing else to offer you. So if you're wondering if I stay in this situation, or if I would have stayed in this situation, which is the Seven of Swords, could things have been better? Could I have made it better? Not really. I mean, things may have gotten better, but it would have been temporary, and then you would be right back here with the Seven of Swords. So yeah, you don't need to hesitate. You don't need to look back and with nostalgia and think, oh, maybe I could have fixed it. Maybe it could have worked out. Well, you know what? It just wouldn't have been worth your time. So I don't mean to sound so, blunt about it, but Spirit is coming through very, very bluntly with this King of Wands here. Yeah, it just wouldn't have been worth your time. Okay, so you have the Six of Cups. Yeah, so where you're going is, again, it's so much lighter. And what I'm feeling is whatever you're manifesting with the Two of Cups, that's what you're getting here. Because if you look at this card, the Six of Cups, there's 4 cups in like the clouds up here. And then you have 2 cups here. You have 2 cups here. So I feel like you have part of what you want in your life, but you're manifesting more. And that is exactly what is going to be delivered to you. So if you've ever had a dream of a life that you want, you're going in that direction. And truly, I know when you're going through it, it may not feel like a blessing in disguise, but this Seven of Swords was absolutely a blessing in disguise for you. Things are going to get easier for you. And there's movement also. So if you feel kind of stuck or trapped where you are right now, just know that that is not always going to be that way. I'm seeing there's ease of you leaving the situation, and there's ease of you flowing into a new situation. Although when I say ease, it's kind of like you can just take this sword and cut it out of your life. If you don't listen to your intuition emotionally, it may not be so easy. So if you get wrapped up in your head about, oh no, that ended, could I have changed it? Could I have fixed it? Maybe I made a mistake. That's when it's not going to be so easy. But tapping into your intuition is going to make the process much, much smoother for you. The Devil card. Yeah. If you think you left anything behind, the only thing that you left behind would be the chains from the devil, okay? You felt chained and constrained and restricted and almost like free labor. And I'm hearing for some of you, free emotional labor. So maybe some of you are leaving a relationship behind. It could be free emotional labor in a relationship where you were not receiving anything from that relationship. It was just give, give, give. whether it's romantic, friendship, family, it could even be work. Now, the thing I'm seeing with work also is that you may not have been compensated correctly for what you were offering a place. And it doesn't have to be either of those two things. Those are just examples to give you an idea of what I'm seeing with this Devil card. You are absolutely breaking free from something here. I'm seeing it in many, many cards, especially these two cards on the end, and also your change in progress card. And also the woodpecker card, because remember here, use your discernment and fortitude to achieve your goals and find a new rhythm, okay? The Page of Coins, yeah, so this is the Page of Pentacles. And, you know, it's interesting here. This person looks like they're really contemplating something, thinking about something, thinking about walking through a new door, you know, closing one door, opening a new door. And I do feel like there's a little bit of hesitation here, and Spirit says that's fine. All you have to do to know if you're making the right decision is tap into your intuition, because that is going to help guide you. So yeah, and look at how this Page of Coins is below the Seven of Swords. Like, you're contemplating leaving this situation here. And so you may need to be a little bit creative in your escape from the situation and moving into the new situation. That's what I'm talking about here with using this very, very old, what looks like a rag or a sheet or something as the sail. So even if you think that you don't have what it takes to step into this new beginning, Spirit is saying be creative, because there are solutions, things that you may not think of. So you may need to really, really look at what you have around you, but there is a way out of your situation. The Three of Staves, yeah, so the Three of Wands. So what I'm seeing here is, first of all, okay, there's a lot I'm seeing here. Let's go back to the Two of Cups, because this is going to sit right below the Two of Cups. Remember with the Two of Cups and the Six of Cups, I said it looks like you're manifesting for something, you're visualizing something. With the Three of Wands, you're receiving everything that you were hoping for with the Two of Cups and the Six of Cups. This is everything coming toward you. Same thing with the Page of Coins here, where you're doing all that research. You're trying to see into the future, which you will be able to do if you tap into your intuition and discern, can I break away from the Seven of Swords, from the Devil card? And so I'm seeing that you do that, you break away from that situation and you move forward, and then very quickly, remember we're talking about things happening with ease up here. Very quickly you see what you are manifesting, especially with 55 here, there's a mirror effect going on here. So what you're asking for with the Two of Cups, it's falling into your life with ease, and number 55, especially because this row right here, ease, Two of Cups, and Three of Wands. So yeah, it's going to be a bit easier than what you expected in the beginning. So here's the Chariot card. I have to laugh because this Chariot looks like it is going so fast and there's no stopping it, because if you could see, this person's hair is like, it's like being pushed behind this person, because the air is so strong because they're going so quickly. And you have the dragon here. So yeah, there's no stopping you, especially once you get started. And I don't know why, I'm feeling such a sense of laughter here, even beyond just like what made me initially laugh in the beginning. I feel kind of like you're getting the last laugh, something like that, where, because remember how I said with the Seven of Swords, this energy, they will find someone else to pick on, they will find someone else to dump their drama on, their toxicity on, whatever it is. And I see you with the Chariot card just making a run for it and getting away from something. And having kind of like a moment of serendipity where it all kind of hits you and you kind of see the humor in the situation, even though it may not be funny at all when you're in it. So I'm not minimizing that because I feel there's a lot of discomfort that you're feeling with the Seven of Swords. But yeah, there's something about where you're going and how happy, genuinely happy you're going to be. It's kind of like, oh my gosh, thank you for doing me a favor, for making me so miserable here that I saw the light and I started on my own path over here. Yeah, there's something like that going on. Okay, so here, this is the Heavenly Master. So this is the Hierophant in this deck. And it's basically a continuation of what I was just saying, because I feel that even though it may feel like there is not a divine order to the chaos that we see in the Seven of Swords, there actually is a divine order. I feel you're stepping into your power. I feel you're rising above this, because whatever this is with the Seven of Swords, it's below you, it's beneath you, in the sense that it seems very petty. It seems like a waste of time. And it seems like you could have fought tooth and nail to make this work, but someone didn't want you to succeed here, or something didn't want you to succeed here. And I feel that someone or something was thriving off of drama and chaos, and that is just so beneath your energy. It's such a low vibration. So you're stepping into what your energy deserves, what your mind deserves. And so there's no more restrictions where you're going, because there's something about you rising up in power within your own life. I feel a lot of you are taking your power back, and you will be creating this new life that is so much better for you. It's hard to explain the feeling that I have. It's what you deserve. Oh, that's what it is. Okay. This new life that you're creating for yourself, the energies vibrate on a much, much, much higher level than the Seven of Swords and the Devil card. Especially because you have the Heavenly Master here. It is the opposite of the Devil card. I mean, so completely opposite for you in a very positive way. So here you have the Two of Swords. So this is interesting, this Two of Swords, because in the traditional tarot deck, the Two of Swords has an energy of sitting down, contemplating something, possible delays, confusion, trying to make a decision about something, you know, that kind of energy. But here, your energy here is like, get out of my way, because I have an idea in my mind and I'm going to make this idea happen, and nothing is going to stop me. So I feel that you've already made the decision here, and you're saying here with the Two of Swords, the energy I'm getting is that you're saying there is a way. There is a way to make it happen. Even if I have to pull out this bag of old rags that was in the back of my closet, and I need to use that as the sail for my boat that I'm creating for my escape out of this previous situation, you're saying, look, I'm going to make it happen no matter what. And then when we look up here, so remember the Six of Cups, this was part of that energy. So it was the Two of Cups and the Six of Cups, where I saw that you have something to get you from this place of being stuck into where you're moving away from something. So you have the Two Cups here, you have in the Six of Cups here, this person is holding two cups. And then here you have two swords. And then you have the connection to the divine guidance is within you. So I feel that you have something in your possession, whether it's a skill, a talent, a thought, you know, something that you can physically hold, whatever it is, you have something that you can hold on to and take with you into this new situation, and it's going to help you as you go forward, especially because you have the invention card here. So when we think about inventions, it's sometimes people using things or using a thought that somebody else didn't think of. And I see that's what's happening for you regarding how you step away from this and walk into that new beginning. So think outside of the box. Yeah, you have the 8 of coins. This is so interesting. Wow. You're creating something new. If you look up here, this person seems to be putting something in this fire, kind of like, what's that called when you put the clay pots in the not the kennel, the current, what is that called? Anyway, so you're creating something from something that you already have. Do you see what I'm saying? How you already have something and you could be using it in an unconventional way because it's transforming its matter somehow. So you're going from like a clay pot, you know, just the clay itself that you're molding into something, and then it's becoming something sturdy, something solid. So it's going from something soft to something solid, something that is useful for you. And that's what I'm seeing happening here. So I just feel like you have some sort of vision or something that other people don't have, and you're stepping into this, and it's all happening at the right time. So pursue this, listen to your intuition. You're being guided toward some new venture or some new, some of you with the 8 of coins, you may be starting a business or some kind of money-making opportunity, something like that, especially because you have the Page of Coins and the 8 of Coins here. So yeah, just good luck with this. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching.